Are you on Fiverr and struggling with finding clients that you want to work with? Do you find that you're working with people that kind of are making you want to run away? If that sounds like you, then stick around because today in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how you can attract your ideal client to you so that it is a perfect match and you are very happy to work with them. Hey there, my name is Alonda Carter and I'm a professional instructional designer. That means I design and develop training. I've been doing that for close to 20 years, 21 years, something like that. And on February 1st, I decided to create some gigs on Fiverr. Now, why would I do that? The reason I created gigs on Fiverr is because the local client that I had been working with, designing, developing training for them, decided that they wanted to focus on translating the courses into Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I couldn't do that. So there I was, bringing in some money, and I went from bringing in money to bringing in big fat zero. So when I created the gigs on Fiverr, I did it in a way where I thought, you know what do I have to lose? What's the worst that can happen? Someone doesn't get anything from me? Well, you know what? No harm, no foul. So I went ahead and just did it and kind of forgot about it. And then all of a sudden, I started getting contacted. So when people started contacting me, I started asking a lot of questions because as a professional instructional designer and having gigs that are related to creating training, there's certain things that I want to know. I'm not going to just take on anyone. As a matter of fact, I've turned people away. So if you are on Fiverr and you are struggling with how do I get really good people, the first thing I'm going to tell you is that it starts with you. It starts with you and the energy you put out. If you created gigs and your thought is, I have these bills, I just need this to work. And you're so totally worried about what your situation is and that you're focused on, you've just got to get some money in. You're really setting yourself up so that you are not going to be bringing to yourself things that are good. You are contracting your energy, and when you contract your energy, you cannot be open to allowing positive things to flow to you. The very first thing that you've got to get under hand, so to speak, the first thing you need to do is to become an energetic match for what you want. And that means you need to focus on the type of people that you want to attract to you, and you just don't want to be open to or have room for having any of these kind of, fools in your life that have been coming your way. You have to kind of draw a line in the sand and decide the type of person you want to work with and really mean it. The second thing is, I'm wondering, what is your gig price structure like? Are you kind of like the bargain basement? Are you just setting your prices really, really low? And if you're setting your prices really, really low, then the people that you are attracting are probably not going to be high quality because all they're doing is looking for a bargain. And if you appear that that's what you are, that's exactly what you're going to get. And working with people who do not respect you as a creator, as a creative, as a business owner, is just absolutely no fun. So you really need to think about upping your game. But in order to do that with whatever it is that you're offering, if you're not an expert in what you have to offer, charging high prices isn't going to work because someone's going to find you out. They're going to figure out that you're just kind of, impersonating someone who actually can do the work. So make sure that whatever you're offering, you truly have the expertise. Because when you work with someone else, someone who is your client, it is a relationship. And the two of you need to fit well, because if you don't, it's just going to be a disaster. And that leads me to point 3 of knowing your worth. You have to know what you are worth, what you have to offer. And that is related to actually being an expert in your thing. If you put yourself in a situation where you keep making concessions, then you're going to put yourself in a pattern where that's what you're doing over and over and over again. And it's going to be very difficult to break out. But if you set standards for yourself and standards for the type of people you want to work with, then you're not going to have to worry about that. And let me give you an example. Someone approached me literally today, and they sent me some sort of message about they have a course on Kajabi and asked me if I'd be able to go in and check it out and could I have it done in 3 days and how much would it cost. I am not a Kajabi gal. I've never used Kajabi. So why am I going to take on work that I don't really know? Could I figure it out? Probably so. But I don't really know it right now, so I'm not going to do that. Which brings me to my fourth point, and that is be willing to walk away. Be willing to say no to someone. Draw that line in the sand and don't just take on something for the sake of taking it on. Now, I know you need the Benjamins. I get it. I do too. But honestly, it's not worth it to just take on work just to do it when it's really not aligned to what your expertise is. You don't want to just keep saying yes unless it's something you actually can produce and you're going to be able to produce it in such a way that you're going to deliver a stellar product. If you go down the path of just making concession after concession, then that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to work with people that are going to undervalue you, and that's no good. You don't want to undervalue yourself. And if you keep on being willing to lower your standards, your rate, because that's all someone can afford, then that's what you're going to get. Don't make concessions. If someone says, well, I can't afford it, be willing to say, that's okay. Because there are people out there that are going to be willing to pay you for your expertise and will respect you and your knowledge. And that's what you want. You want to build up relationships with people who respect you, know that you have something to offer, know that you're a professional, and will pay. Okay, the very last thing, the fifth thing, and I've kind of already mentioned this, and that's the setting of standards. You need to have standards for yourself and for the people that you are going to work with. Myself, something that I do is, I kind of encourage people not to work with me. Now, I'm not saying I don't want, to take on jobs. I do. But because of the way that I ask questions and because of what my knowledge is and my level of expertise, that's going to cause people to do one of two things. One of the things is going to be run away because they're just looking to have their thing done. Or it's going to call, she really knows what she's talking about. I want to work with someone who is an expert in this field and I'm willing to pay for it. So there you have it. There are 5 tips to help you find better clients. Above everything else, don't sell yourself short. Don't put yourself in a position where your rates are so low that you're only going to be getting the bottom feeders. Make sure that you know your worth, set your standards, and be willing to up your rates and walk away from people. I hope you found this useful, and I'd love to know from you, it's a question of the day, what has your experience been with your clients on Fiverr? Do you find that they are willing to pay a good rate, or are you stuck with, those bargain seekers? Go ahead and drop it in the comments and let me know. I'd love to hear what's going on. And remember, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with someone if you think it would help them. Be sure to hit that subscribe and smash the notification bell so that you will get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And whenever you're looking to make an alteration in your life, you can always make a change because change starts now.